Hey, Tia. Hi, pretty girl.
Okay, this is Tia. She's heavily pregnant, due any day, and she is mom to two color champions in Maltese. Her first son, Blade Runner's Requiem, is a gorgeous Maltese, and he now lives up in McCoy, Colorado, with Cass Galloway, who co-owned him with me for a long time, and now she owns him all. And then Uhtred, her last cria, has taken several color championships as a Maltese.
And this one you think could be white instead of a Maltese?
Yeah, this one could be white, it could be a Maltese. I've bred her to a white boy this time, and we'll see if the Appaloosa gene shows up or not.
So how has her yarn been in the past?
Her yarn's great. I tend to have her done in a worsted weight because she's about 25 microns now. Because she is, I believe she's going to be 10 this year. So she's not as young as she used to be, kind of like the rest of us. And but she makes a really nice worsted weight yarn. This is Liz. She was my very first color champion ever as a yearling. Yeah, you were. And she's just she has retained her fineness. She's about 14 years old now, and she still has close to baby alpaca fineness. She's around 22 micron. So we have her yarn done as a fingering weight, and this is her newest little cria. This one is from one of our newer herd sires, Snow Diamond Intrepid, and she's coming along looking really, she's going to follow in her mama's footsteps with being a kind of a fleece machine and fine. And I should say too, Liz gave me, you'll meet Royal in a little bit, Royal was my very first ever judge's choice in halter at a show, so she produces even better than herself.
Pretty girl? Yeah, good girl.
Royal.
Is this Royal?
Yep, Royal was my very first halter, what am I trying to say?
Did she win something?
Yes, well, she was color champion, and then she took the female judge's choice. So my very first female judge's choice at halter, and she has produced some wonderful cria over time. Just a lovely girl. She's still almost baby alpaca fine. She's about 22 micron now, and you must be around 10 this year.
Wow.
So she's holding, she's what we are breeding for with the fineness.
Pretty girl.
And retained staple length, because she still has reasonable staple at 10. This is Emily, and she is Tia's daughter. She carries the Appaloosa gene. You can see the spots on her nose, and she also has them on her feet. When her blanket is white, but when she's shorn, she has black spots on her skin. So her first baby was Delaney, or is Delaney.
Oh, that was her first?
Who is a leopard Appaloosa. And then she was going to go back to breed to that same boy, but she got out, and we have an oops coming. It's the first oops I've had in almost 16 years, and it's due in October, so we will see who's the daddy. We think it's Cisco, but
that'd be a pretty baby.
But there are a couple of other possibilities, so we will see. And doesn't he look like Liz?
He does. Hi, Argos.
This is Argos, and he is a lovely boy from White Diamonds Elizabeth and Xanadu P. Aristide, who now lives in Australia. And he's just a stunning male. And Argos is related to so many of my light-colored girls. I finally bred him to a brown girl named Tequila, and she is a stunning little girl, Morwenna, so I'm more than pleased with what he put on the ground. And he's just an overall good boy.
Is he a good boy?
Yeah. And he took a judge's choice in fleece as a yearling. So he's still very fine, very uniform. We'll be getting his fleece back as yarn. I believe I asked for a sport weight in it, and he's this is little dude who isn't so little anymore, and he is a PR animal here at the farm. He unfortunately does not know personal space, so he kind of gets in your face, but he's sweet. And again, a fleece monster. His dad was Semper Fi. Mom, I believe, was Margarita, and he's just a good boy. We just have to make sure that he doesn't scare people, because he does come right up in your face like that. And he is 6 years old as well. He was born the same year as Snuffles. And he is what would be classified as a fading fawn. You can see how he's darker up top and then fades to light underneath.
Yes, you're a handsome boy.
And so we will be having, I think I did half roving and half yarn from you too. Because he shares about a 5-pound blanket.
Good boy. Oh, Kalani, who is that? Little dude. He gives you nuzzles. Give you hugs. Nice, dude. Watch your head. Pet him. Okay.
This is Dynasty. She is right now my very top female. She's either 7 or 8 years old. She must be going to be 8 this year, because it was 3 years ago now that she took, I think 2 or 3, a judge's choice at 5 years old, 2 weeks after she weaned a cria in halter at a show. And her fleece is drop dead gorgeous. We're having her made into, half of it will be roving, half of it will be yarn. And it'll be a fingering weight as well, because she's retaining her fineness beautifully. She is also the mother of Cash, who you will meet, and his fleece will be going into shows this year. But he is a beautiful rose gray. Patron's the dad. She's also the mother of Barbie, who is a stunning fawn girl, and the mother of Little Pendragon, who is a full brother to Cash. And he's coming right along in his brother's footsteps. Cash has matured into an incredible male, and he's breeding this year. This is Dee. Her name is Dee Basser. She was named after 2 of my most favorite, strongest women in my life. And she's a Sizzlin' Rose daughter. She had one little baby that had a bad heart murmur and hasn't held a pregnancy yet, so we're working on that this year. Again, you can tell she doesn't miss any groceries either. She likes to eat. She's a fleece machine. At 7 years old, she's still shearing a 5-pound blanket. So we are having half of her fleece done in roving and half of it done as a fingering weight yarn. And she kind of has attitude. You can't see it right now, but she can really give you the hairy eyeball when she doesn't like something. Okay, yeah, this is Cisco, and he is, if we had had roan classes when he was showing, he would have been a roan, because he's a fawn roan. But since they didn't, he had to show in fawn, and they kept dinging us for having white fibers in the fleece. He makes a lovely yarn. He's also made some gorgeous babies. We just had 2 little girls from him last year. Legacy had Reba, and Emmy Lou had Soleil, who is a light brown, and they're just beautiful little girls. You can also see that Cisco misses no groceries, and he is 10 years old. He still sheared a 10-pound blanket.
That's crazy.
And I should have gathered it as a show fleece. I could kick myself because it was long enough, it's gorgeous, but I didn't.
Hey,
so you benefit, because he's going to go half into roving and half into a sport weight yarn. Okay, this is Tequila. We got a thing going on here. Margarita is her mom. her dad is B2 Bomber, and she's a lovely little brown girl. She'll be 4 this summer. She's having her second cria. Her first is a girl named Kachasa from Endgame, and she is going to have the honor of having Argos's first cria this year. Argos is white, so all bets are off as to what we get. Could be anywhere from white to brown, probably a fawn.
There we go. There's your better side. Now you're not
And
walking away from me.
Tequila's fleece will be done into fingering weight yarn.
Quinn? No,
Yeah, this is Quinn. He's a little rabble rouser, and he will be gelded. He hasn't been yet. He is from Sadie and Endgame, and so just to show you how alpaca genetics go, 2 true blacks gave me a rose gray run. So,
Your better side, buddy.
so that is he, and he won't be a breeder because his testicles are there, but they didn't descend. So we're gonna have to wait till a hot day this summer to geld him.
Is that TMI, Karen?
Huh?
Is that
Too much
TMI?
information?
I don't know.
Oh well.
There's your face. How about that? There
Yeah.
you are.
And we just moved him over into the bigger boys run, as well as Pickles and
Handsome.
we put over here.
Hey, Quinn. Yes, you sweet boy.
Well, I guess it was just
Just those 2.
those 2. We're having her fleece done into a really nice fingering weight yarn. Hopefully it'll be good because
It's been good in
she
the past.
decided to roll a lot this year, and when I broke my wrist, I wasn't able to keep them as cleaned off and put fleece blankets on them through the winter like I normally do. But she's a beautiful brown color, and her cria is right behind her there. This is Reba, and Reba was kind of my sleeper at the shows. She did really well in really competitive classes. She took a 2nd and a 3rd.
And she
she's-
looks white, but she's a fading fawn.
She's a really light fawn, yeah. And
Pretty
so
cool.
she's got beautiful fleece. Her dad is, who is your dad? Cisco.
Oh, so she might be dense.
Yep. So let me get out of the light here. But Legacy, the reason her name is, well, she's actually Indy's Legacy, and she is maternal half sister to Firecracker, and we lost Indy when Legacy was just 3 weeks old, and so she was orphaned. She took to a bottle real easily, and then she was adopted by another mother that had lost a cria. So she's one of the most adaptable alpacas I've ever known in my life, and just a really sweet, nice girl. She lets people pet her. Don't know how that's going to be when she's pregnant again, but at least so far this year she was just letting people pet her. So this is Firecracker. She was born on the 4th of July, hence her name. And her mom was Liberty's Independence, who was a beautiful bay black girl that we lost when she was barely 4 years old. And so she's carrying on for her mama. And she had a gorgeous girl a couple years ago named Pearl. And this is the newest little addition. We haven't named him yet. He's from Snowmass Majestic Reflection, and we think he's going to be a little rose gray roan. Just from looking at him now, his ears are gray, so I think he'll probably
It's okay.
gray on out. And he is only 4 or 5 days old. He was born
On Sunday.
Yeah, on Sunday. So yeah, he's 4 days old. And
He's a little stinker.
and he had a rough entry into the world. Had to take him up to Strasbourg Veterinary Clinic, of course, on a Sunday, so emergency call. And the vet up there had to deliver him because he was not positioned properly. So, but he's a strong, healthy little boy, gorgeous head. And his mama is also, she is a reserve color champion. Her dad is, who is your dad? Carbon Copy is your dad.
But her color in yarn
Yeah.
is a really interesting brown.
Yeah, because she always showed as bay black, but the yarn, once everything is clean and blended together, is a super dark, rich brown. I've never quite seen that color before. And hers will be done as a fingering weight as well because she's fine. Gunsmoke is, again, a lovely, he is a silver gray roan. He's as dark a silver gray as you can get. Again, not going to be a breeder for me, so he's been gelded, and we will be having his fleece done into probably either a fingering or a sport weight yarn.
But when you see the yarn, it looks like black with slight white heathering.
Yeah.
So it's really pretty. That's the smoke, right?
And he's a sweet boy as well. This is Sonic Tweet. She is a true black, and I'm trying to remember. Sadie is your mama.
And Sonic Shift.
And Sonic Shift is your dad. So her dad is a silver gray, but she came out a true black.
Sonic Tweet was Tweeters.
Huh?
Twitters and Sonic Shift.
You're right.
It's in her name.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm sleep deprived.
She's very sweet.
But yeah, she's a good girl. She is going to go up to McCoy this year to breed to Blade Runner's Requiem. We are looking for a multi from that breeding with darker spots than just the usual fawn that you see. So we will see what happens. It could come out white, it could come out black or fawn or a multi. It's like a box of chocolates. You just never know.
She's a pretty girl. Didn't she have a baby last year?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
She's 3 now.
Oh.
I didn't get her up there to get bred last year.
Okay. Hi, Tweet. Hi, baby. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, pretty girl.
This is Black Velvet. I kind of inherited her from another herd. She is 12 years old, and she's actually, when she's been bred back to black, she produces roan babies. So if you kind of, I don't know if we can sort of zero in on her, but she does have some white fiber in there, so that's probably why we get roans. And she's camera shy.
She's not usually shy.
Yeah, she's not being cooperative. She's been bred, so she may be pregnant. So we will see. I bred her back to black to see if we get another roan.
Hi.
Hi, Jordan. Jordan. Okay.
Minnie Pearl was Patron's first cria and a girl, and she took a color championship at the National Western Stock Show as a yearling. She's a big, strong girl. She's had a couple of really nice cria, and so her fleece has gone in to have some yarn made.
Good girl.
And she also is a medium rose gray, just like her daddy. Actually, he's a light rose, but she's a medium. And so hopefully she will be bred to Sonic Shift this year.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, silly girl.
This is Rosie, and unfortunately the shear kind of did her top knot sideways, which made her look a little goofy. And she does tilt her head a little bit to the right anyway, because when she was a yearling, she got a tick in her ear and it got infected, and that can be bad news for alpacas. But we got it treated and she's okay, but she had a little bit of nerve damage from it, so her head tilts to the right a little bit. She has lovely fleece. She's a Patron daughter, and at about 7 years old, she still has nice staple length, kind of medium fineness. She's probably around 23, 24 micron, and so I have her, can't remember if I'm having her yarn done as it's either DK or worsted.
And we'll write it down.
But she is a lovely medium rose gray and does her daddy Patron proud.
Snuffles?
Yeah, this is Snuffles, and he is a rye face. What this is, it's a birth defect that is pretty well, it's the most common birth defect in alpacas. Sometimes it's associated also with choanal atresia, in which the cria will not survive. A lot of people have the rise put down. We didn't, because it wasn't this severe when he was born, and he was able to nurse, gaining half a pound a day. As he aged, it started to twist more. Up until he was about 2, he could survive on hay because he learned to hold his face against the fence so the hay didn't fall out. But again, as he has aged, it got more severe. So now he gets equine senior and beet pulp twice a day. And as you can see, he's maintaining his body weight really. In fact, he's a little bit chunky. And the reason the twist got so bad is that his upper palate did not grow like it should, so it allowed the twist to really get exaggerated. But he's a sweet boy, has gorgeous fleece. He's a really super light silver gray. So right now he's a really happy, healthy boy. We keep an eye on him. If it ever changes and he has trouble breathing, or we can't keep weight on him, then we'll have to make a decision. But for now, he's 6 years old.
He's doing good.
And he's a really good boy.
He has great fleece.
Yeah, he's got beautiful fleece.
Yes.
Okay, this is Xander. He's a Patron son, and his mama is Ombre Rose. So he's her only cria to date. He is, he's 7 or 8 years old. And when I was looking at his fleece this year, it is absolutely gorgeous. He's still got 3.5 inches or better staple, nice and fine, crimpy, and he is a gelding. So, because I have his dad and I have Cash, so I gelded him. It makes it easier for herd management, and it also keeps his fleece a little finer. So he is a lovely boy, and we're having him made into, I believe it's either a DK or a worsted for him.
Ready, guys? Want to get out for a run?